Hello, Flosstube. Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches here, and making an update. Hold on one second. Sorry. What's on my tablet? You probably can't see it, but it bugs me. Welcome to my Flosstube channel. I want to say welcome back to my regular subscribers, and welcome to my new subscribers. I have a few new subscribers. And just want to say hello. This is the channel about cross stitch. I think those of you who come here regularly know that. If you've come across this accidentally or for the first time, hope you like what you see and can continue to come back, and hopefully smash that subscribe button and hit the little bell, and you'll know, you'll get a notification whenever I do a new video, which is usually every Saturday at some point. I wanted to say a couple of things, a little bit of news. My sister and my nephew and I are going to be moving at some point this summer. I don't know how long it'll be. It just depends on, selling this house, finding a house to move into, and it's going to be a while. That's why if you look back here, the walls are empty, because we're in the process of packing things up or whatever. So my sisters and I are going to be filming our Three Sisters videos at my sister Naomi's house for a while, because of course, like I said, this house is going to be in an uproar for the next several weeks. I'm hoping to do my updates just here regularly as we go along. It just kind of depends on how things go, but for the most part, I think I can continue to do my updates from here. Not a problem. Sorry, I've got something in my teeth. But anyway, just FYI. And we'll be moving, of course, here in the Phoenix area, just somewhere probably, a little further afield from where we are. It just depends on whatever, a lot of things. So anyway, just a heads up about that. It doesn't really make any difference to you all if you're, seeing me through YouTube, because right now my plans are to continue to do my updates and all that. So, until the time comes when we're actually in the process of moving, I don't anticipate any real, large interruptions in my regular schedule. We'll just play that all by ear as it comes. So in the meantime, I have been stitching, and I recently just today went to check the mail and got my summer issue of Punch, Needle, and Primitive Stitcher, and I'll touch on that a little bit as we go along. So last Sunday was Father's Day, and I did a little bit of stitching for Father's Day on Sunday. I have talked about this before, a design I did in memory of my father, who passed away 2 years ago. Yeah, in August of 2022. So this is from the hymn, Wayfaring Stranger. I am a poor wayfaring stranger while traveling through this world below. And there's these sheep represent my dad's family and my dad and us kids here. I'm just going over Jordan. I am just going over home. And then my dad's name and dates. So anyway, I had, done this very simple design, and I don't know what count this fabric is. It's from Hobby Lobby. Oops, upside down. And the package, the it's a pack of fabrics that are just labeled as embroidery fabric, and it's very tiny, tight weave. And this is 1/2 on this little tight weave. So it's a very small design. And this is that grassy patch with the several sheep on it. And all I did was I added the word stranger up here because I had that much stitched before. And then I did some more stitching on this green. I think I had just done these 3 rows and a little bit of this row. So I really just did a little bit of stitching there. Not a whole lot on Sunday. I worked on that just briefly that day. So there's that. And then I was working on my cross-stitch camp piece for June. The challenge again was to take a monochromatic design and add a pop of color. So I used this Antique Cats and Crowns by Shakespeare's Peddler. Theresa Venette is the designer there. And it's charted in jacaranda silk. And the fabric on here is 36 count gingerbread linen. And I used 28 count Irish linen in just sort of a natural color. I think it said tea dyed on the package, whatever. I bought this fabric at Michael's, I believe. Anyway, so this is 28 count, so it came out, considerably larger than the design on the picture. But what I did was, instead of jacaranda silk, I used coal for all the cats. And my pop of color choice was the gold for the crowns. And I used Etoile C725, I believe, is the color that I chose. And the word cats is done in rice stitches. And again, I think I explained that last time. You do the big X over the 4 squares, and then you do a sort of a diamond shape between from one middle point of each triangle to the next. So you have basically a tilted square to make that diamond, and you end up with what essentially it's like having, a set of 4 regular X's. Basically, what it looks like, the effect, but and you might not be able to see the details on those stitches, rice stitches, because it's all in black. It's a little hard to see, but anyway, I did. And it's also a little bit hard to see, but this cat right here has, you can see 3 little white stitches right there, because I love tuxedo cats. And I could have put, white in one of the other cats, a little bit more obvious, but I just put it on that one little cat there. So, yeah, there it is. Antique Cats and Crowns by Shakespeare's Peddler. So that was my June cross-stitch camp piece. July, I have to sort of think through that one a little bit more and write down the color changes that I intend to make for that. But I won't start that till July 1st, so I have a few weeks to do that. And then also last Saturday, I was working on, during the Sticks and Strings video, I talked about how I had started on this spring Hare etching by Cecilia Turner of Heart and Hand Needlearts. And this was from the 2020 spring issue, I believe, of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. She did one for each season: summer, spring, summer, autumn, and winter. So the spring, I think I misspoke last week. Spring Hare etching summer catch etching, which is 3 fish, autumn owl etching, which is 2, I believe, 2 little owls, and winter cardinal etching, which I've shown before. So spring hare etching, last Saturday I worked on it briefly while we were filming, and because I had not taken my thread out or scissors or anything. So I got to the end of the thread and I had to stop, and fortunately we were finished filming by then. I heard my needle fall off here, so I'm going to make sure I don't lose it. But I was able to work a little more. This is just my little corner marker. I started in this corner. But when I was doing this, I started last week. Last Saturday, I had done just about that much. Not even this whole front of the ear, just basically the bottom of the ear. So I worked on a lot of the bunny. There's his body, his little tail, his back legs, his back feet, whatever. So what I have left to do, and I came up and I was doing the front of his ear, and it wasn't coming. It didn't come out right. I was doing what it said, and I was like, wait, that's not right. And what it was is that in, I think, this long one here, this long row, I put 1 too many stitches. So everything is over 1 too far. But I looked at the design, and it's not going to make a real difference. The only thing is I'll want to add a little bit here, just so that because this little kind of border edging is even with his feet, and so in order to make it still look the same, I'll just add a stitch here. But the only place that it would really make a difference is right here. That these 2 stitches will be touching the front of his foot and the one petal. So I may just fudge that petal a little bit, just so that there's a little space between them, or I don't know. We'll see. Cross that bridge when I come to it. But so for now, I'm just going to continue stitching that bunny, because I looked at this and I thought, well, is there a way to make it work? Because that stitch that I started, it came before everything else that I stitched, and so I didn't want to do it. And I thought if I try to adjust it, it might make the rabbit look funny, make him look out of proportion. So I think I'm just going to continue it and then just fudge that little 1 stitch of the flower. Maybe I'll leave it off. Maybe I'll move it. I don't know. But yeah, it shouldn't. Don't hurt to run any, as we say in my family. So it should be okay. But anyway, that's spring hare etching, and I keep working on it if I want to. And then so that was sort of my secondary project for WIP. It was a new start for the number 25 WIP. But my main number 25 WIPGO stitch is the Reindeer by Cottage Garden Samplings. And this is one that I had done just the darkest color on his antler, this bottom $37.99. It's a DMC color. I done just the bottom color of the antler, and then the ear, the eye, and the nose and mouth was all I had done as of when I started on this. So I worked on it some more. This is the border. I added this border in here. This is between the beaver and the reindeer. But I just added that for my own visual edification to tell where it is. But so yeah, I did. It's hard to see, right? To tell when you're looking at it through the camera, and if it was in brighter light, you could tell the difference between this darkest, it's kind of a gray color, and this line, which is brown. So at first glance, you can't really tell. But there's a couple of other colors here. But these little curly cues are all in that brown color. Most of them. All of them, I think. And then I did just this one little, the sort of peachy pinky color, which is because I had the thread out to do the lines in this cabin, and I had one little small piece, and like this is not really connected to anything, so it was just enough to do that. So, but so these designs usually have 2 fancy floss colors, and then the rest are DMC. So this one uses chalk for the white. It's a Gentle Arts color for the white, and then this color here is Weeks Dye Works Bright Leaf. But so I finished the cabin, and this tree here. There's one more tree that goes down here somewhere, and then I was working on the reindeer. So there's this edge. This continues on to the top of his tail, I believe. Yeah, this brown color continues up his back, along his back. So I'm working on that. And then this is bright leaf. And there's, more of it here. I just got to the end of the thread here. And so, and then this pinky color here is, around in here, and there's some gray in the inside of his ear, and I like that. But so I've only done, I want to say 4 days. So I have 3 more to go on the reindeer. So I'm hoping to make some good progress. Right here is sort of a lot of this chalk and a gray color. And then there's, in all of these designs, they have these little triangle designs. So, yeah, I have to do a lot of that. So, yeah. So I have just like the top part of this leg here, and then this part of the cheek, and like that. So, but anyway, so there's a lot to do, but like I said, I think I have 3 more days on this pattern, and then so today is the 22nd. So the new WIPGO numbers for July will be out soon. So I have the new WIPGO numbers for July, and then cross stitch camp, and I don't think I have anything extra stitching to do. But anyway, so that's my plans for the month of July. This issue just came, like I said, today. I barely had a chance to look through it. There's some nice, this little sheep is basically a 3D punch needle design, and there's finishing instructions for that. So you basically punch out the 2 halves of the sheep, right? With white and black, put them together and stuff it, and then the ears and I want to say ears, and maybe it's just the ears are I think they're also punched. Maybe they're just felt. But it tells you how to you know, put it together and make it 3D. And there's also there's this punch needle design with roosters and pigs. It's called Barnyard Coasters. So you punch them out and make them into coasters. There's also this one, cat mug. It's cute. You know, I'm not really into patriotic stitching, summer stitching, whatever. That's, you know, but some of these designs are very nice. I like this little coastal summer design. There's what do you call it? Starfish and an eagle and some seabirds there, and yeah, that's nice. Summer Sunshine by Jan Hicks Creates. And there's a lot of patriotic designs. Sorry, something's tickling my neck. Sorry. This one. That one is Manny Didona. And so this one, God Shed His Grace on Thee. And this is by Starlight Stitching Company. And this one I really like. I keep wanting to do punch needle, and I keep chickening out and putting it off. I have a basic punch needle tool, and I think I want to rewatch Donna Pfeiffer's tutorial on punch needle, because I felt like I understood it, but I had never really thought it through completely. And then I watched a tutorial that she did some time ago, and I felt like, as I often do with Donna Pfeiffer's tutorials, like, okay, I get it. I really understand it now. And I really wanted to do it. And then I, of course, just put it off because, I'm always doing cross stitch instead or whatever. But this one I really like. This little whale. I really like that. And this is called A Whale's Tale, designed by Janine Happ of Two Old Crows. That's really cute. And I want to say this is that's cute. Sorry. Sorry, I'm dropping my magazine, smashing it. This one here. So this one is a little pillow and a little scissor fob. And this is Patriotic Basket designed by Dorigo Michela, Crochet to Go-Go. Look at that little scissor fob thing. The eagle and a flag. It's in the design up here, and then repeated as a little scissor fob. Yeah, so that's cute. Anyway, there are a lot of designs. This one here, these little mermaids, Cherry Hill Stitchery. And again, that little 3D sheep. There's this Theresa's Primitive Treasures sampler. There's one there. And there's some others. I think this is punch needle also, is it? I don't know. There's a Theresa Kogut. So, yeah. again, it's celebrating 10 years in publication, it says here. Yeah, this is Pride Blooms. It's Happy Cat Stitchery. Is that right? Yeah. So, again, if you're on the fence about getting Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, I would say go for it, because there's always plenty of cross stitch patterns, plenty of punch needle patterns, you know. So anyway, I believe that's you know, I've watched a bunch of just, you know, random Flosstube things, accounts that I'm not a subscriber to necessarily, but have just come up on my YouTube feed. So I've watched, and a couple of them were doing kit parades. Some of the newer Flosstube accounts, whatever, were doing kit parades, and I thought, you know, I have a box of kits, and I think I gave away a Theresa Wensler kit a couple of years ago, I think, but I have one or two. Well, I have some kits that I purchased more recently. I think I bought a, oh, I can't say her name now. But it was a kit. It's a really pretty kit with a, I think a moth, a big moth, and then it has a smaller design as well. And then I have a lot of smaller kits, like my my three-legged elephant, my three-legged blue elephant that I sort of sketched out a fourth leg because it was the one that on the design itself, it doesn't have the fourth leg. And on the model stitching on the cover of this little kit, it had just like a strange little line, like the person started to put in a fourth leg but never did. You know, so it has this like weird little line coming down from the elephant's body. So I did sketch out a fourth leg, and I think I stitched it. I think I got that far. But anyway, so yeah, so little kits like that, I have bought a few. So maybe as I go through all my cross stitch things, because I'm trying to, if I, you know, I'm thinking about having to pack that all up. As far as WIPGO is concerned, and my cross stitch camp things, I have those set aside, and it wouldn't be that much of a problem to keep the current WIPGO things, projects, in one place, and all the rest of my cross stitch patterns and things like that could be put away, could be boxed up and put away. The threads for all these projects, I want to perhaps set those aside to make sure that I have them all. Maybe put with those projects or whatever, because at various times I've taken things out and put things back, you know, from ongoing projects. And so, like when I did the Reindeer, I had apparently taken all the threads out of that. So, you know, having to go back and find them is a little bit of a pain. And so maybe for the rest of the WIPGO projects for my WIPGO board, I can go through and make sure that I have everything, and then box up the rest. I don't know. And then I'll have just a bunch of crap that I, you know, need to put away. But yeah, so we'll see how that all goes. But I think that's all I have now. So I'm hoping that I do a few more days on the Reindeer, and maybe I can finish up those etchings the Cecilia Turner things, the Winter Cardinal and Spring Hare. Because Winter Cardinal just has the sort of the trees, I think I showed it last week, that are done in sticks and twigs, which is the color that the Spring Hare etching is done in. And then, the tulips. So they use just two colors, right? Both of those. And the Winter Cardinal, the cardinal actually is done. So it's just the trees. And Spring Hare etching, there's very little to do with the red on there. Red clay, Tennessee red clay is the color for the tulips. And, so theoretically, a few more days on the reindeer. That leaves me a few more days to work on the two etching patterns. And maybe by the end of the month, I'll have those finished as well. So this month, I've done the two mouse patterns I finished, and the cross-stitch camp piece, the antique cats and crowns, I finished. So it's pretty good. So maybe I can finish the two etching patterns before the end of the month. We'll see. But then I have to get prepared for my cross-stitch camp pieces. Make sure that I have everything that I need for those. And yeah, get that going. So that's all I have for now. And hopefully I'll be able to keep, working on my updates and everything as we go along, as we prepare for the big bug out. Don't know where I'm going yet. Don't know, we don't have a place in mind yet. And so all that's going to just depend on a lot of things. Anyway, so I will see you back here next week. And until then, thank you for watching. And again, welcome to any new subscribers, and welcome back to my loyal subscribers. And just tell your friends to come and watch and sign up and all that. Yeah, so I will see you then next Saturday. Thanks for watching. Bye.